Hey, everybody. Welcome to the first ever episode of the Blue Collar Real Estate Podcast. I'm your host, Greg Mayo, and before we get going, I just want to remind you to subscribe, like, rate, and review our page. Follow us along for this journey. It's going to be a lot of fun. And my co-host here, Ryan.hergott, is going to be along for the ride as well.
So here's what we're doing this for. A lot of people are probably asking, why am I listening to another real estate podcast? And Greg was certainly asking himself that question, so I decided to provide some insight to him. Long story short, Greg and I share very similar passions. We've both been in the home industry, real estate side, construction side, and all different dynamics for over 40 years. And we've seen so many different moving parts.
Combined 40 years because,
Well, I mean, I'm almost 40. I'm getting there. Started.
Wow.
Almost.
I'm sorry, Junior. Go ahead.
Anyway, let me. Anyway, our goal is with this to really just convey some insights on how do you do real estate a little different, provide some transparency where maybe it doesn't exist right now, and some insights as to how do you do real estate from a different standpoint versus just buying a brand new home that's ready to go. That's the stuff I love. But Greg shares a completely different perspective, and that's what I'm anxious to dive into with him.
Well, and the thing is, what are the real answers? What are the real questions, right? You go to classes, you watch these different podcasts and read stuff online, and there's these pad answers that we're all supposed to give as agents to clients. Clients don't want that kind of crap. They want the real stuff. What does this really look like? I get the world of HGTV and how everything looks on there, and it's all bright and sunny, and everybody's got polished teeth and coiffed hair. Some guys have implants, you know what I'm talking about. We're not going to talk about which ones, though. But my point is, what is the real process if you want to rehab a house? If you want to buy a house, that's easy. Ryan can help you all day long. Call him. His number will
be up maybe somewhere.
Yeah, we'll find it somewhere. But if you want to rehab a house, if you want to buy a house and make it your own, what does that look like?
And we want to unbox that and really show what is that process, such as if you don't have a massive pile of cash laying around, how do you pay to rehab a property? Maybe how do you find a contractor that's not going to take your deposit money and disappear? Or better yet, which home improvement projects should you spend your money on? Which ones are going to add the most value to your home versus perhaps not? So we're going to really show that, provide some insights and perspectives that Greg can from a contractor side. I'll be encouraging everybody to consider brand new homes because they're just simply easier and more fun, and you get to pick everything out and it's just done. It's just better, I think, right?
But the cool stuff that you find in old houses, right? The things that you can find behind the walls.
Absolutely.
The craftsmanship that you see. The fact that you can strip the paint off a built-in bench seat, for example, and find quarter sawn oak underneath it. True story happened. The fact that you can take a home, make it modern in its technology, energy efficiency, and all those kind of things, but still pay homage and have respect for the builder.
Absolutely.
For the guy that did it 100 years ago, for the craft, the trade, dare I say, the artisanship that the guy had. You can have both, right?
I
and the thing that so many people are looking for right now, right, which is close to downtown. People want to be in urban areas. You can build a new house. That's fine. The Stepford thing's hot. Everybody digs it. We all want to drive the same car, and like in East Germany.
Whoa there. I'm feeling like I need to start defending myself here.
I thought you were going to tell me to stop, in which then I would have to collaborate and listen. But we're going to get into that kind of stuff as we go forward.
That took me a minute there.
That's all right. It was a little before your time. But we're going to get into that stuff as we go forward, as we go down the line in future episodes. For now, we just want to invite you along for the journey.
That's it. And provide a real look at what is going on, what happens between takes on HGTV. And if you walk into a house, you're frustrated, maybe you can't find that perfect house that's ready to go. What's an alternative to take that wall down? It doesn't always cost $10,000 to take a wall down. How do you do this in a way that makes sense? How do you educate yourself? What questions do you need to ask? So that way, this is an enjoyable and fun process, because I'll tell you what, I've been a part of a couple projects where homes got redone, and there is nothing more awesome than an awesome before and after picture, which is, again, why HGTV is so popular, because they just skip out all the BS in the middle and show you all the cool stuff.
And to this day, I still drive my sons, much to their chagrin, buy homes that I've worked on, because it's cool.
It is.
It's cool. The transformation process is cool. And if you have the stomach for it, if you have the guts to dig in and do the hard stuff yourself, do the sweat equity we'll talk about in another episode, it can be a rewarding process. But that's not to say that there's not rewards for some people in just buying a new house.
Without a doubt. And we'll kind of look at what those different comparisons look like. But at the end of the day, as Greg said, we just really want to invite you along to this journey. We're going to really provide a very transparent look at what is this, not the stuff you normally hear on a real estate podcast.
Right. So for now, we would ask you again to subscribe. Quit moving the red light.
Rate and review.
Subscribe, rate, and review. And there's and the
And Facebook, I think.
well, the YouTube things that my kids watch, they say always subscribe and like. Anyway, do that stuff. Come back and go along the journey with us. If you think this was a train wreck and you don't want to watch it again, I encourage you to come back because it's going to get way more interesting, or it may get worse.
And Greg is definitely going to have some awesome jokes. That's why I stay around, because every day is an awesome experience.
I thought it was because I look good in a tutu.
There was that. There was that moment.
But
Actually,
for now,
there wasn't that moment.
For today, we're going to close out. And with that, I will say thank you for watching the first episode of the Blue Collar Real Estate Podcast. I'm Greg Mayo.
And I'm Ryan Hergott.
Have a great day.
Appreciate it.